Well, tax season is officially upon us, and the Secure Act went into effect yesterday as part of our Taxes Made Simple segment, brought to you by TurboTax. Dan Geltrude is still with us to break down what this means for taxpayers. We've been talking a lot about this, the effects of the Secure Act, and a lot of retirement professionals have come on and said, this is good news for people. From a tax standpoint, what stands out to you the most?
What we have to think about, there's two things when we're talking about putting money away for retirement. First of all, we can't rely on the fact that there's going to be Social Security. So we all have to take responsibility for covering our own retirement. That's point one. Point two, here's an opportunity to put money away tax deferred. It doesn't mean tax free. It just means we have to pay the tax somewhere down the line. And what happened with the Trump tax plan was that it really simplified the code, meaning it got rid of a lot of itemized deductions. People always talking about the SALT cap at $10,000 and caps on deductible mortgage interest and those types of things. So a lot of people really lost their deductions. Now, they made up for it with the standard deduction because that became much higher than it was. But the fact of the matter is the Secure Act is going to make people or encourage people to put more money away for retirement on this tax-deferred basis.
Now, when we talk about Social Security, it's that you won't get a dollar for dollar if they don't fix this system, but it's not as if Social Security disappears. I mean, they're talking 70 cents on the dollar, which was terrible if you're planning on that for your retirement. But these changes to, for instance, 401k, if you're doing tax-deferred, non-Roth contribution, they're upping it, $500 more this year. Yes. And if on IRAs, is it $6,000 or $7,000?
It's $6,000 for an IRA, an additional $1,000
if you're 50 or
over. Yes.
Okay, so what should the people who are watching right now, is there anything different this year than last year that people should do to prepare for their taxes for tax year 2020? You've already passed 2019. So what do we do differently this year to get ready for the tax bill we have to pay for this year in 2021?
The key here, Adam, is you want to make sure that you are putting away the maximum amount. That is so important because when you talk about the power of compounding over time, of putting that money away when you're young and having it grow, tax deferred, it's critical. So the changes are not so much that it's going to impact, let's say, young people right now in terms of changing the rules. It's really more about being aware of getting that money put away tax deferred.
Dan, just quickly, last year, you guys remember, it was a big story for us that so many Americans thought, erroneously, that they would have a much bigger return after that Trump tax cut. I think basically a misunderstanding of the Trump tax cut, which really mostly helped corporations. But any hangover from that? Will people have better expectations this year? A lot of angry tweets we saw. It was a big story for us at Yahoo Finance.
I think hopefully people have learned their lesson and they've adjusted their withholdings and become aware of what their tax picture now is. And you're right. The Trump tax cuts were primarily geared towards corporations. They certainly didn't do a heck of a lot for people in high-tax states like New York, New Jersey, California. So, yes, it was a disappointment for a lot of individuals in terms of what they thought would happen because there was a lot of talk about these tax cuts. There's no question that there were people that benefited. A lot of people did, just not everyone.